Hey guys, trying to get over this flu, so if I sound a bit stuffed up and muzzled, that's what it is. I came across an interesting video on TikTok from Steph Is Cold, and let's take a listen.
Do you know how many men settle and stay in relationships for the love of his woman, or he just want to make it right with the kids? Women don't do that. It's not even in a woman's nature to do that.
Very controversial take. And firstly, let me say I totally agree with Steph Is Cold. Okay, women rarely stay in relationships for the sake of the kids, for the sake of the marriage or the relationship. You know, the vows that they took, so on and so forth. Women do not really adhere to those. Okay, what is paramount to women or at the forefront as far as the importance to a woman in a relationship or marriage is her happiness. Oh, I just want to be happy. Oh, I wasn't happy. I left them because I wasn't happy. This happiness is what is at the root cause of pretty much every failed relationship or marriage. Okay, yes, they say financial issues are the primary reasons as to why divorces happen. Cool. But why is that? The woman isn't happy, okay? She's not happy with the finances. Point is, she's not happy. And that is paramount to women. If they're not happy, they're gone. Skedaddle. All right? Women do not stick around for the sake of the kids. They don't stick around for the sake of the marriage or the relationship, making it work, working things out. Women do not believe in that. I don't care what they say verbally. What they do action-wise is what's most important. And action shows women walk away 90% of the times in relationships. Okay? Women end 90% of their relationships. And women file for between 75% to 80%, or some would say 70% to 80% of the divorces are filed by women. If you doubt this, check out census.gov. And I think the latest statistics they have dates back to last year, 2023. And it was about 75, it hovered between 70 to 75% of the divorces are filed by women. Okay, so what this clearly says is that women are the one who are walking away. We already know this. And here's another thing. I know we can't really go off anecdotal experiences to prove a point. Women typically do it, but hey, you know, we're men, we're not going to get away with it. But let's take this anecdotal look as far as from my experiences. I know not one man who has ever divorced his wife. Not one. Personally, I know about 9 to 10 male divorcees. And of those 9 to 10 men, not one of them left their wives. Meaning those guys were dumped. Those guys were left. Those husbands were divorced by the wife. So, I don't know one man who ever divorced his wife. So, my anecdotal experience definitely correlates to the statistics, which state that women are the one filing for the majority of the divorces. And women are the one leaving 90% of the times in relationships. So women leave. Women do not stick it out. And it's so funny because the general perception is that men are the one leaving, men are this, men are that, men are evil, men are bad, men are villains, yet men do not leave. No matter how things are, no matter how bad they get, men generally do not leave. Men will stay in a miserable marriage or relationship just for the sake of the kids. Because you know what? Men generally want their offspring, their kids, to grow up in a nuclear family, having the mother and the father in the kid's life. Men know that that is essential to the rearing of their kids. Women don't give a rat's booty about that.
Misogyny.
You know, how their kids are being raised. Whether they have a 2-parent home or what. They don't care about that. Hence, why they would typically wreck their marriage and wreck their homes without even thinking about the kids' well-being. It is her happiness first. Okay? Men, we put our kids and our women first. Women, They put themselves first, their kids second, men last. Her feelings goes before anything else. That is why women typically do not stay in marriages and relationships for the sake of the kids having a better outcome at life. Women don't care about that.
Misogyny.
Men, we are the ones who do that. A man would endure a painful, dreadful, awful relationship or marriage for 20, 30 years just off the strength of wanting his kids to have a nuclear family, mother and father under the same roof. Doesn't matter if we don't get along. We just want to give this perception to the kids, at least, that mommy and daddy are there. We may fight behind closed doors, but we don't show the kids that. That is how a man thinks. After the kids are out the house and they're adults, fine. If we want to go our separate ways, cool. But we are not inclined to wreck our homes and our marriages while the kids are still there. Women, they don't care.
Misogyny.
And on a deeper level, this all goes back to hypergamy. And if you're not too privy to the meaning, hypergamy is basically the action of a woman dating up or marrying up to a higher social class and so forth. You know, I don't want to get too technical with it, but that is basically hypergamy. Hypergamy is a woman choosing a better option in a mate. So, for instance, if she's dating a guy who makes $80,000 per annum, and let's say she comes across a guy who makes $100,000 per year, if she has the ability to date up or trade that guy in, she will do it. I'm not pointing this out to say that women are very evil or anything. I'm just trying to say that they are hypergamous by nature. They always seek the bigger, better deal or the bigger, better option, the BBD. If they meet a guy who meets certain requirements that is more plentiful than a current person they're with, they will monkey branch most of the times. They will move or go from man-to-man, relationship to relationship if the monkey branching, leaping to the other guy is going to be more beneficial than the guy that she's currently with. That is hypergamy. So that is why women generally do not stay in their relationships. They always believe the grass is greener on the other side with another guy. But that is pretty much how it goes. That's how women operate. This is the red pill. This is RP space. We accept reality. We accept the way women move and we operate accordingly. Okay? Men, we stick around. We stay for the kids, for the sake of the relationship, for the sake of the marriage. Women are not built like that. They monkey branch. They leave at the drop of the dime if they have to. Men are loyal to a fault. Women, not so much. So, in closing, men are the ones who stay for the sake of their kids, for the sake of the family, or for the sake of the relationship, the marriage, or his vows. Men are the one who stay. Women, they would implode the whole relationship, walk away with the kids. They would rather struggle with her and the kids going through total hardship. She would rather endure that and go through that than to stick it out in a relationship that could give the kid or her kids, their kids, a better shot at life. Isn't that pretty selfish? Men, we don't move like that. We don't think that way. We don't operate that way. We're very empathetic. Am I saying that women aren't empathetic? I am saying that. Women have zero empathy for men. They cannot empathize with us. They don't walk in our shoes. There's no empathy for men. They don't feel empathy for men. Men, on the other hand, we are wired differently. We have empathy or sympathy for our kids and our women. With all that being said, guys, when in a relationship or marriage, always be prepared for the woman to pull the rug out. Always be prepared for that day when she finally says, I'm not happy. Subscribe, hit the like, share. And if you want advice with your relationship or even in your marriage, which is pretty much a relationship to a more serious degree, or if you just want tips on dating, texting, and so forth, hit me up at